and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and I post 2 videos a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 7 AM. So if you love recipe videos and you want to see more, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And now I'm going to share with you my spicy Mexican salmon with quinoa risotto. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious spicy Mexican salmon and quinoa risotto. Now this recipe is really easy to do and it's delicious for a warm summer's day like this one. It's very similar to another salmon dish I've made, except I've tried to change the spices in this, and I've also added an avocado and lime salsa to this as well. So it is really appropriate for summer, I think, and it's delicious. We all love eating this, and I'm going to be making it for dinner this evening, so I thought that while I was making it I'd share the recipe with you. So here is how to make my spicy Mexican salmon and quinoa risotto. So we're just Howard and I having the spicy salmon tonight, so I'm only going to use half a teaspoon of each of the spices. But if you wanted to make this for 4 people, obviously you would use a full teaspoon. So I'm going to use about half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Cumin seeds don't smell very nice until they are cooked, and then they smell delicious, I have to say. So yes, I'm using cumin seeds, and then I've got half a teaspoon of coriander leaf as well to go in there. And then I'm going to use about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of mild chili powder as well. And then I've got some smoked paprika that I'm going to put in, and that gives it a really lovely smoky barbecue taste, I have to say. And then I'm going to put in a teaspoon of garlic granules as well. We do like garlic in this house, so you can add as much or as little of that as you like. And then I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of dried oregano as well. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this, just to bring out the flavours of the other spices. So just like a quarter teaspoon, and a little bit of salt as well. And then I'm going to grab my oil. Now you can use any type of oil you like, but I'm actually going to use this avocado oil tonight in this. So I've got a lid, I'm going to use about half a tablespoon of avocado oil. I might need a bit more actually. And I'm just going to mix those spices together, and then this is what I'm going to rub into the salmon. I'm going to add a little bit more. If you are doing it for 2, then you may need a little bit more of the oil to make these spices spread further over your salmon. So that's all well mixed together, and I'm going to grab my salmon now. So as you can see, I've got 2 bits of salmon in a bowl here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread the spice mix over the 2 pieces of salmon until everything is evenly coated in the spice mix now. So yeah, and then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this into the fridge and leave it in there while my oven heats up. But you could, if you wanted to make this meal a bit quicker, you could make this in the morning and leave this in the fridge with these spices on it. Oh, and I forgot to say that you can use a medium or a hot chili powder as well if you want to. I'm using mild because we don't tend to like it too spicy. We like spice in this house, but not too much of it. So that's why I'm using mild, but you can use mild or hot if you like things spicier. So yes, that's done now, and I'm going to put this into my fridge. So while my salmon is in the fridge, I'm going to preheat my oven to 180 degrees. Now the salmon's in the fridge and the oven is preheating, I've taken a large pan and I'm going to put it onto a high heat, and I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the base of this pan, like so. And then I'm just going to wait for this pan now to heat up. So my pan is getting nice and hot now. I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit. And what I've got here is 1 onion that I've peeled, sliced and diced. And I'm just going to fry this onion now until it starts to soften. So the onions have started to soften beautifully now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some peppers to this. So I've just sliced the top from the pepper and I've removed the core and the seeds and the stalk. And then I've just sliced and diced the flesh. So I'm just going to add that in now as well. And I'm going to fry this for a further few minutes or until these start to soften now. The red peppers have started to soften now. They've been in here for a good 2 minutes or so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a courgette to this. Now I have peeled and grated this courgette, but you can slice it if you don't want to grate it. The reason I grate it is simply because my son is not a great vegetable fan. So if I grate it, he doesn't really know it's in there. And then I can get him to eat it. So yes, but if you don't want to grate it, then you can just slice it. And if you don't want to peel it as well, just give it a wash under the tap and then just slice it too. So yeah, I'm going to continue to stir these for another couple of minutes now. So the courgettes have started to soften. They don't really need as long as the red peppers do. So that's why I put them in last. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my quinoa. So I've got about 180 grams of quinoa that I'm just going to add to the bottom of the pan. And I'm just going to mix that round like you would with risotto rice, basically. It doesn't go clear or see-through like risotto rice, but you just need it to heat through for a minute or so. And then I'm going to add some stock to this as well. So I'm just going to keep frying this for a little bit longer. Oh, it smells delicious already. I cannot wait to eat this meal. I love this one. It is yummy, I have to say. So I've done that, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to add some tomatoes to this. So I've got 1 tin of tomatoes. And then to clear the can, you may have seen this before, but I like to just pour the stock into the can like so, and then just pour that over, and that gets rid of any excess juice in the can. So I'm just going to stir that round now and see how that is. Now normally what I would do is I would put the spoon in like so, wait for it to hit the top of the ingredients, and if it comes up to 2 centimetres like it has, then that means you have enough liquid in that pan to cook the quinoa thoroughly. So I'm going to leave this to cook now. Actually no, I'm not. I'm going to add some tamari to this now. So I've got some tamari just to add some extra flavour. So it's like a soya sauce basically, but tamari is fermented for longer. But if you can't get tamari, or if it's a little bit too pricey for you, then you can always use soya sauce if you want to. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of pepper as well, just to bring out the flavours in this, and a little bit of salt as well. So just a pinch or 2 of salt, that's enough. And then I'm going to bring this to the boil now, like so, and then I will leave it to simmer. So I'm going to just turn the heat up so I bring it to the boil. So this is coming to the boil now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the heat down to a low heat, and I'm going to leave this to simmer for probably about 20 to 30 minutes now. So I've put my salmon into my baking tray, and while my quinoa is cooking away nicely on the stove, I'm going to cook the salmon as well. As you can see, there's 1 piece here without any herbs and spices, and that is my son's. He will eat a whole piece of salmon as well, trust me. So I'm just going to put that into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes now. The quinoa risotto is nearly cooked, but before I finish, I would normally add spinach or kale to this, but I don't have any today, so I'm just going to add some green beans, just a couple of handfuls, and I'm just going to mix those in now, like so. And I'm going to leave this on the heat to heat through the green beans. And I'm just waiting for my salmon to cook now. The salmon has finished cooking. It's been in for about 15 minutes, and the way I can tell it's cooked is it will fall apart from itself very easily. So that is definitely done. You don't want to overcook salmon either, because it can tend to go rubbery. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of the oven, and I'm going to serve everything into a bowl. So I'm just going to serve some of this into a bowl now. So I'm going to put some of the quinoa risotto into the bottom, and then I shall grab a piece of the fish, a spicy piece obviously. Oh, and I'm going to put that onto the quinoa risotto, and then in this bowl here I have half an avocado and some lime. Obviously I'm making this for 2, so if you wanted to make it for 4, you use a whole 4 people, you'd use a whole avocado. So I sliced the avocado and I've removed the stone, and then I sliced the flesh inside and I diced it, and then I'm just going to add about a quarter of an avocado to this. Oh, and I squeezed some lime juice over the top as well. I'm just going to add about a quarter of the avocado all round the outside, and that is our dinner done. Simples. That's how you make my spicy Mexican salmon with quinoa risotto, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm off to eat this now, and it smells so good. I can't wait. So that's it from me. So thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.